I've been writing about it for the best part of 30 years. It's very clear that humanity is being manipulated generation after generation into what I might call a perceptual bubble. Perceptions are everything. What you perceive is how you behave. It's everything. It's your perceptions, i.e., what I would say programming, because if you look at a human life, you come out of the womb and you hit parental programming, which is not through malevolence, but the parents have been through what you were about to go through and bought it, so they pass that programming on to you. You hit the education system at an ever earlier age, and now throughout your formative years, you've got representatives of the state who are giving you the state's version of everything all the way through your formative years. The media is pounding the same version of reality at you. Science is telling you that, apart from quantum physics. Medicine's telling you that, et cetera, et cetera. And then you've got peer pressure around you that's been through the same programming of perception and accepted it and believed it. And they give you a hard time if you have a different perception to what they've been programmed to have. And basically, we've got a situation where from cradle to grave, a human life is a perceptual download to hold us in a narrow band of perception, which I call the postage stamp consensus. And this consensus waves away any idea that reality, as mainstream science tells us, ludicrous, is not true, that there can be any manipulation of human society by a non-human force we can't see, because most people think, well, why can't we see them? You know, I can see everything there is to see in the space I'm looking at. When in truth, what we call visual reality is a tiny, tiny, ludicrously narrow band called visible light. And all the perceptual download holds us in this narrow band of sense of the possible. And it puts people in bubbles. People are breaking out of them now more and more, but most people are still in this bubble. And this bubble has a reflex action response to anything that is not in the perceptual range of the bubble. So when people like me come out and say, blah, 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 we're being manipulated by a non-human force, the bubble reaction is you're mad. But the bubble also has a protection mechanism which plays out in one sense that they won't then go and look at the books and say, well, okay, how's this guy justifying this? No. One line, and this is why you get in the media. David Icke says we're ruled by 6-foot lizards, or is it 7-foot lizards, or 8-foot lizards, or whatever. And that's where it stops. Oh, he says we're ruled by lizards. He's got to be mad. This is how the perception thing works.